Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Blessed Lily here. Welcome to my channel and to this reading where we're going to be taking a look at major life changes coming in your way. This is a timeless reading, so whenever it finds you, that's the exact right time for you to hear the message within this reading. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at today's options. Two options for today's reading. Option number one, you guys are going to be working with the fluorite crystal over here. And option number two, you guys get the amethyst crystal over here. So see which one you're mostly drawn to. Don't overthink it. Use your intuition on this one. If you do need a bit more time, pause the video because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number one. Option number one, and welcome to your reading, guys. If you were drawn to the fluorite crystal, get comfy. Say your name as I'm shuffling the cards, either in your head or out loud. It helps you tune into the energies of the reading. And let's take a look at the major life changes that are coming in your way. Life changes in your love life, major life changes in your career, and changes on your spiritual path. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with your love life. This is such a fantastic card. There's so much depth to it, there's so much calmness to it. There are lots of karmic lessons that are coming through over here. Lessons where you understand why something hasn't worked out. Lessons where you release a lot of things. Lessons when you find value within yourself with the energy of wisdom. Like you guys are going to be getting a lot of closure when it comes to your love life. A lot of understanding, and this feels very peaceful. It's peace of mind. There are some of you over here, I will get the tarot out in a second, but even just with this oracle card, I'm feeling that for some of you, there's a very big and important realization about a particular person, a particular situation that happened in the past, where that left you wondering why didn't it work out, why did he treat me this way, why wasn't it working, why did he do this? And you will get your answer, and that will set you free. And for majority of you, you're gonna realize that it wasn't karma, it wasn't punishment, it was just experience that then turns into wisdom. It wasn't anything that you have done wrong. You were acting from a place of your knowledge back then. So now that we know this energy, let's take a look at the major life changes in your love life with tarot. And by the way, a lot of you are very connected to water over here. And this realization might come through when you're next to a body of water. Yeah, lake, ocean, seas. When you're kind of watching the ebb and flow of life manifested in the waves of the ocean, for example, yeah? Or that nothing stays the same when you're looking at the river flow. Or that there is a lot of depth to all of the situations while you're looking at a lake. Now let's see. Changes in your love life, major life changes in your love life. Diving deep, I just keep hearing diving deep. So for quite a few of you, And I don't know why I don't want to work on reversals today. It's very interesting. It's like they're saying this wisdom, it turns the energies the right way around. So before, for those of you who are in a relationship, for those of you who have been in like no communication, there's communication being restored over here. Especially if we're talking about somebody who's long distance. And for others of you, this wisdom allows you, this opens up, like it takes away some sort of block, and it opens up a path for you to find a home, for you to find a family, to create a family, to find a person you're going to be creating a family with. And this person could be from another country. This person could be coming in from very far away. For some of you, it's from very far away. For others of you, it's from just away. But this wisdom allows you to see things the right way around, allows you to move towards relationships, you know, the healthy kind, without any fears, without holding back. Because I mean, the cards that came out over here, so you find a place that you can call home. That is coming through for sure. I know a lot of you in my readings, I get a lot of feedback when a lot of you say, yes, Leslie, I have been feeling like I have no home. Even if you have a house, even if you have a flat, but it's just the feeling of home, the feeling of stability, the feeling of safety, the feeling of being fulfilled, the feeling of having a place of power. And you guys find this. You guys find this first within your own selves and then within your surroundings. Because you have this wisdom. It's literally like you guys are leveling up. Some sort of very important karmic lesson that you learned, and now you're ready to move on with the Three of Wands. Because these energies, even though they all came out in reverse at first, they were surrounding you. And they're saying with this wisdom, the life-changing realization that comes through over here, yeah, allows you to move forwards, allows you to turn this energy the right way around. And these are minor arcana, so this talks about you having now the wisdom and the power to work with energies and to what's the word? I want to say alchemize energies. Yeah, you guys are alchemists, option number 1. I also want to mention over here, guys, we're talking about your love life, but we're also talking about other relationships. Relationships with your colleagues, relationships with your family. And this one comes through as making up with somebody who is quite possibly a relative, and there was a very long story of a feud, like family feud. And they're saying it's being resolved. So for some of you, you are going to just let it go and forget it. And for others of you, you're actually coming back into contact again and rebuilding your relationship differently. And your sexuality was blocked. Look at this. Your sexuality, your adventurous side was blocked, your flirtatiousness was blocked. And here again, with that wisdom, for some of you, I feel like somebody said something along the lines like you are too provocative, or you're too sexual, or you provoked me, or like it's your fault. There was a lot of guilt about your sexuality. And that nonsense is going out of the window with that wisdom. Because here, guys, it's like your mojo wakes up. Because, I mean, look at all of these cards. Wands that are about sexuality, vitality. Cups that are about emotions. And, of course, the 10 of Cups that are all about building a family. For some of you to find your love, or for the love to find you, you will have to venture outwards somewhere. Because you need a change of scenery. And they're telling me that it's quite likely that this is going to happen. Change of scenery allows you to break again another block, another limiting belief. Because you're challenging those limiting beliefs over here. You're no longer blindly following them, you're challenging them. And that feels really good. And your sexuality, guys, it becomes part of you. It's no longer something that you're suppressing, no longer something that you're ashamed of. And for quite a few of you guys, you're meeting somebody with a lot of stamina in the bedroom. Yeah, if you're a man watching this, there's an energy of you being able to go for longer, being able to enjoy sex much more. And this is such a beautiful energy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the major life changes when it comes to your money, when it comes to career, when it comes to prosperity, abundance, leadership. I do want a clarification. Is it you who's leading, or is there a leader coming through? Okay, so I feel like you guys are quite artistic. I feel that there's, again, this energy came through in reverse. And something with the right leadership, with the right communication, you guys are going to be growing as an artist. So if you have a YouTube channel, your YouTube channel is going to be growing and expanding. If you are an artist, if you are a music composer, writer, designer, somebody who works in the beauty industry, there's definitely an energy of somebody coming through over here. And this is very important for some of you. I see this person coming in 3D. Yeah, so there's a person that's going to come into your life and help you, maybe give you some sort of guidance, give you some sort of advice, direct you in one way or another. I don't see it being like create a plan. No, it's more like steering you towards making the right decision. For others of you, this feels very much like your leader, like the leadership that you're going to be getting is from within yourself. However, it is divinely, it's communicated basically from the divine. And you take charge, because there's a lot of courage that's coming through over here, because even though he's naked, he's still doing his thing. Yeah, even though it feels like there's a lot of vulnerability over here with an artist. Artists are people, usually people who quite emotional and sensitive and highly intuitive. But it does feel like for a very long time you had to hide this part of yourself, because you had to earn the money, you had to be tough, you had to be this, you had to be that, and so on and so forth. So it very much feels like when it comes to your money, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your prosperity, you might be connecting with some very beautiful artistic energies. And they're showing me growth. They're showing me growth. They're showing me owning your skills. For some of you, there's going to be an energy where there is going to be a tough wake-up call, where with the Tower you realize that you've been doing God knows what for whatever reason. Yeah. For some of you, there's going to be an important realization where you get to a certain point in your career and you're like, okay, well, I have the money and I have the recognition, but I don't have fulfillment. You're no longer hiding from this energy. You're no longer lying to yourself. And for others of you, there's an energy of being let go. an energy of being unexpectedly let go, unexpectedly maybe even fired for some of you. But it's a good thing, because this is something that is coming through to again open up the road, open up the path for what it is that you truly want to do. But there is going to be something that shakes your ground. There is going to be something that happens that makes you rethink a lot of things. And you're watching this reading for a reason, because when it does happen, they want you to know that this is part of life. This is something that happens, and you can completely reinvent yourself should you choose to do so. Because they keep saying it's time for the mask to come off, it's time for the mask to come off, it's time for you to see the real you, the real talent. You're tired of fighting. Look at this. You're tired of fighting battles that aren't yours. For a lot of you guys, there's a big change. Yeah? A very big change. And here it almost seems like you get pissed off with the whole situation. You're gonna see that you've invested so much into something, but it hasn't brought back any, like, there's no return on investment, or it's very little, and you're like, well, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Like, I was planting so much more and I only get 7 pentacles. And you're gonna realize, like, there's a bit of a disappointment over here with the Tower and the 7 of Pentacles, where you're like, what the hell? Like, I was investing blood, sweat and tears into this, or into somebody else's dream or project, and for quite a few of you, again, the universe arranges it so that you have a way out of there. Some of you might not like the way out of it, but yeah, again, look at this leadership. Like, you guys might be leaders without realizing it. You guys might be fantastic leaders without realizing it. Using your charisma, using your charm, using your communication abilities to get forwards. Because there's a lot of networking over here. So this whole energy wakes up this fire within you. That passion, that ambition. And again, like I said, it's either you yourself become the leader, or you get to meet somebody who helps you. Show me more. How is this going to be affecting your money? Choosing something new by following your heart. Look at this, making the right decision, finally making the decision with your heart. It's so interesting how all of these energies are coming through in reverse. For you, option number 1, it's like literally when the universe wants to give you all of those things and they're surrounding you, and you were like, you're like, no, I don't want it, or no, I'm too afraid. And the universe is like, you know what, I don't want you to live life that's empty. I don't want you to live life without experiencing things, without unlocking your full potential. And yes, of course, you have the power. You have the power to say no. You have the power to resist. But why would you? Because look at this. For some of you, you're meeting, by the way, you're meeting your significant other through work. And when your heart is open, because when you're listening to your heart when it comes to your career and finances, you're also listening to your heart when it comes to love. Yeah? The heart can tell you a lot of things. And here you're like, I feel free, and I feel good, and I feel excited. It's something that you're absolutely gonna love doing. The Magician. Look at this. It's not talking about you being an alchemist. So it's combining money with emotions, with your intellect, with your passion. And it's like you create your own fate over here. If you thought you had bad luck when it comes to money, when it comes to career, it's all being turned around over here. And the money does come. Over time, it's not going to be fast, but over time it does come. And then you feel like at one with the universe, where the universe is helping you. Where you don't feel like the universe is doing bad things to you. You feel like the universe has got your back. And that's a completely different story altogether. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at your spiritual path over here. What changes are coming through when it comes to your spirituality? Solitude, okay. A very interesting realization, a very interesting... You're working on your fear of rejection. Because you have a different vision over here. See, it has this energy that's coming through. For you, option number one, where you're taking a path that either your parents, your relatives, your family, your colleagues, your friends, and other important people in your life do not understand. They might have judged you, they might have told you that you're being silly, that you're being careless, and so on and so forth. But here your soul is in a transitioning energy. So they want you to know that if you are afraid of solitude, and I feel a lot of you guys are afraid of being cast out, or afraid of being rejected, and that's absolutely normal, because this is one of those big fears that we are born with. It's well, not we are born with, but you know what I'm saying. It's there. It's a very primal fear. Right now you're in a transitioning energy where you have to be alone while you are looking for you. And again, there's water. Remember when I was talking about water in the first part of your reading, where there might be a lot of revelations because of water, because of what you're looking at, because of this. Honestly, you guys work with water. That's all I'm going to say. They're saying work with water. You will know. You will know exactly what to do. Okay. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Okay. I think I mentioned integration a little bit earlier, but look at this with the energy of spontaneous awakening. This feels very much like your soul over here. This feels very much like your core energy, where you're being awakened, and the love that you had over here, or that you will have over here, the changes that you will have over here, they bring you to this awakening. They bring you to, it's this energy of the hermit, where you with your lantern, and the lantern suddenly starts shining so brightly that you see your path. Your soul is like, okay, finally, we're on the path. It's time for us to keep moving. It's time for us to keep learning lessons. But there is an activation of your soul that's happening for sure over here, guys. And here we go about home. Here we go about home again. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within, all paths lead home. That feeling of home, that feeling of security, that feeling of being connected to yourself, to your body, that feeling of alignment that we all seek, that we call harmony, inner peace. Yeah, and many other things that we call it. This is what you're being directed towards. Finding that home, finding that harmony, where all paths lead home. And they're saying like there's a deep realization, again with the wisdom and leadership, that all of the things that happened to you, all of the things that went down, all the pain and mistakes and laughter and good times and bad times, they're all leading you towards this moment, towards this energy. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. See, again, once you awaken your intuition, once you start communicating with your heart and your inner child, you take those baby steps. So they're saying there might be a period in your life where you don't know what's happening. Stick with it. Be okay with it. There's definitely an energy where you need to realize that there is beauty in this not knowing where you're going. Because then you're trusting the divine flow over here, yeah? And you're co-creating with the universe, with the baby steps. It's all about your path. Be the leader you wish you had, and you got your leader over here. You got the leadership energy. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. So do you see how it's all coming together? Do you see how the message fits perfectly? That through all of this, you're finding your path, and it's okay to feel alone, because again, they keep saying it's a transitioning energy. Once you get back on your path, you will start meeting people that love you, that accept you, people whom you love and accept, people who are willing to help you, and people who can use your help as well. So do you see what I'm saying? It's like you become alive. That's what the awakening is all about. Coming back for life. A lot of you, you're going to be coming out of a very long depression, quite possibly. This is what it feels like. Like, wait, be patient. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. Things are happening. For a lot of you, it's rebirth. Look at this. The energy of rebirth, the energy of disconnecting, making the necessary life changes and coming back. Big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. And there we go. A lot of you guys are meant to be bringing in some very interesting and maybe slightly unorthodox ideas into this world. Maybe just into your field, but it's something that allows you to think differently, because when you're following your path, when you're choosing what truly matters to you, you're able to create a better channel of communication with the universe. And a lot of you guys are visionaries. A lot of you, the music that you create, the pictures that you paint, the words that you speak, the way that you do something, you guys are visionaries. You guys see things your own way. And it's absolutely beautiful. Alright, my darlings, option number 1. This is where I'm going to end your reading. Claim its magic down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel grow. I would really appreciate your help with that. If you're up for a personal reading, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with over 80 exclusive videos to help you rediscover yourself, and additional discounts on personal readings. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. Option number 2. Hi and welcome to your reading. If you were drawn to the amethyst crystal, let's go ahead and get started. While I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you tune into the energies of the reading. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Major life changes in your love life. Major life changes in your career. And major changes on your spiritual path. Okay, let's take a look at the major life changes in your love life. Protection. Okay, so this is such a big step forward for a lot of you. It feels like you guys were afraid of relationships. You are afraid, especially women, it feels like you were afraid of men. Following a series of relationships that brought you down. There's a lot of energy of wanting to, like, seeking the feeling of safety in relationships and not getting it. And here what I see is an energy of a relationship, a union that gives you this energy of safety. It's like they're telling me it's stemming from when you were very little. You might have felt like you're not safe at home, or like your father didn't give you the energy of safety. Maybe he wasn't safe, maybe he wasn't there. But you were looking for safety within a relationship. Physical safety, financial safety, emotional safety. And it's also important for you. And here it's so interesting that you will find this energy of safety, you will find this energy of protection. So it very much feels like there's somebody coming in to give you those energies. Let's take a look at tarot. Because here you're feeling safe. And a lot of you have been looking for safety and solitude for a very long time. And they're telling me that you have come to realize that it's a way to keep safe, but it's also a way to keep very lonely. And this is not only like relationships that are romantic. These are, a lot of you, let's put it that way, there's an energy of social anxiety. Where if you're being like honest with yourself, you're like, I don't really like people. I don't really like people. You like, I prefer dogs and this and that, but it kept you very lonely for a very long time. And it's like the energy of a hermit coming through in reverse when you become toxic to yourself. Yeah, when you overthink things, when you think that everybody's the same way, everybody has like their own agenda. But here you're gaining that energy of feeling safe, of feeling protected. And for some of you, it's with a person. For others of you, it's even by yourself, but you become more sociable. You become more open to the world. You become more open to communication because you know that you can stand up for yourself, that you're no longer somebody who can be pushed around. For some of you, there was a big issue with bullying when you were little. It's coming through very strongly over here. But here, guys, you yourselves are becoming much stronger and you can handle things. And there is a person coming through who makes you feel safe and secure. I'm saying for some of you, you might be very little and like in the sense that you're very slender. Maybe you're petite and you always felt like not only people are like scarier, but they're also bigger. They're like more like, they're just wider and taller and all sorts of things. But here there's some sort of important shift that happens where you're like, okay, you know what, I feel safe. And even if there's like a shitstorm around you where people are arguing or there's like bigger things that are going on, you still feel safe and you still feel protected. It's a feeling that comes from inside. Okay. But let me see who's coming over here, because I do feel that this is also coming from a person. Like a person who makes you feel safe. Look at this, getting out of the Eight of Swords energy. Exactly what I've just been saying. Getting out of this energy of like, I'm just going to stay here and I'm going to stay in my Eight of Swords, and it feels very safe over here because I can't move, I'm protected by those swords. Because, you know, every time we build up a wall, it protects us, but it also shuts people out. And if you want to take it, even deeper than that, when we build the wall around our heart, it keeps the pain in. It doesn't protect you from our pain, it keeps the pain in as well. Because nothing can come in and nothing can come out. So just sit with that vision for a second. You can be open to the world and still feel safe and protected. Boundaries. Working on your boundaries. The Star. Like a lot of you had no hope that there's a relationship coming through. You're like, it's just not going to work. But of course, if you're sitting in the energy of the Eight of Swords, it's hard for anything to come through. But here the Star is coming through and saying, well, no, darling, you know what? It's time for you to have a relationship because it's something that's fated. And this, of course, indicates hope, and this, of course, indicates inspiration, and this, of course, indicates healing as well. Healing at a soul level. Where you are feeling safe around people, around men, around women. Yeah, especially if somebody wasn't being very nice to you in the past and created a big trauma that you've carried with you for a very long time. Ooh, look at this with the tree. It might have even been an ancestral thing. It might have even been an ancestral thing, guys. With the Ten of Wands. Like carrying on a particular ancestral pattern. Nice. So you work through something really big there. Look at this. And that changes. That changes things not only for you, but it changes for things for next generations to come. If you should choose to have children, your children are going to have a very different mindset. Because a lot of you're like, okay, that shit ends with me. And it's like, I really like how they're leading like you towards that person. Because I keep asking who's the person that's coming, and they're like, let them hear the story, how they get there first, because it's important. It's important how you get to them and why you had to go through all of the stuff that you had to go through. And they're like, it's not. It wasn't your responsibility to heal your ancestors, but it was your choice, the choice of the soul to live a happy life. It wasn't, you weren't doing it for them, you were doing it for you. Yeah? You were doing it for you. So that you can be happy, and then your family can be happy and feel safe. You're going to be choosing between two people over here. That's why they're giving me the two lightning bolts. Lightning bolts. You're going to be choosing between two people over here. Both of them are going to feel very safe. Both of them are going to be very different to who you usually go for. They might be somebody who's very calm, cool, collected, loving, and if before you wouldn't even look twice at those people because you would think that they're boring, yeah? That you think that they're boring, that they're not your type, and so on and so forth, because you were attracted to somebody who felt familiar, who felt unsafe. Now you're going to be attracted to different people, and these two men or two women are coming through, which are very different. And now with that healing that you've done, with that stuff that you let go of, now you're going to be able to see the beauty in calmness, see the beauty in feeling protected and feeling safe. So two people over here, and it's interesting, they're saying they're both soulmates. So we have more than one soulmate, for those of you who are wondering. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your hold on. For a lot of you, it's within the next 2 years. Within. It doesn't mean it's going to be happening in 2 years, it's within the 2 years. And this is a timeless reading, yeah? They might come through as friends, as helpers at first. Although, to be honest with you, with the lightning bolts, for most of you, it's going to be something that you feel, like an instant connection. I'm saying choose with your heart. You can't go wrong when you choose with your heart. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about major life changes when it comes to your money, career, abundance, prosperity, money. Interesting. Same card, same position as option number 1 had. Let's see what this is all about. Yeah, you like there's this energy of you untying yourself, guys. Right now you might be experiencing things like, where do I go? What do I do with my career? Why is it all up in the air? Sort of thing. And here you're taking a look at things differently. Here it's more about your value. Here it's more about finding guidance. What steps to take. So for you, to be honest with you, it's not so much oh gosh, you guys are very closely related to, not obviously you're related to your relatives, you're closely connected to following a path. Give me a second, I'm just trying to read this energy. Because I'm seeing your parents, yeah, leadership. This came through in reverse. I'm seeing your parents kind of telling you what you had to do. Expected you to be a certain way, act a certain way. They took away your power. They took away your power. And for a lot of you, it could quite possibly be that you don't even want to build a career. You want to be a housewife. You want to be a mother. You want to be a parent. For a lot of you, like you're like, I don't care about like this building a career, becoming a high-powered man or woman or this or that. Like I want to have my family. I want to earn my money, doing what I like, and I don't want any of those like big ass achievements and everything and anything that that we are constantly told that we have to do. And I think you might have had parents that were high achievers, or that expected like a shit ton from you. And now for a lot of you, like, I don't want that. I want to have a family, I want to have love, I want to have relationships, I want to feel safe, I want my partner to be the breadwinner, for example, yeah, if we're talking about women. I want to have my hobbies, like, you know what I'm saying? It's that sort of energy. But maybe you were taught to be like constantly independent, you can't rely on somebody, you can't trust people, blah 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 blah. So for some of you, I really do see that where you're like, it's not for me. For some of you, I'm seeing that you are somebody who wants to travel. Who wants to travel, who wants to document stuff abroad. Hold on a second. Maybe vlogging, like travel vlogging, blogging is coming through over here. Maybe you go from somebody who's like a legal assistant or a lawyer or a doctor into somebody who just goes and does what they want, because there's a very big change. Like there's almost 180 turn that's coming through over here, and it is going to be a major change, but it's your decision. Like you are taking back your power, and whatever your decision is, because this is a general reading, like I said, some of you, you just want to stay home, you want to have a chill life, you, your dog, your husband, your wife, your kids. Yeah, for others of you, you're like, I want to get out of this office. But there's a lot of guilt associated with it, and that you are going to be dropping. And you're like, I want to get out of the office, I want to see the world, I want to take pictures of birds, I want to, go down the Nile, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? It's like allowing your true desires to come through, whatever they are. And for you, option number 2, I see a lot of different desires. Because right now where you are, to be honest with you, people don't see your talents. Yeah, the 3 of Pentacles. It's either you can't find people who you get along with when it comes to your colleagues. For some of you, I'm seeing like people are stealing your ideas, people who may be bad-mouthing you to the office, or you just realize that you kind of, maybe you're just bored with that stuff, like literally bored. It's not what you want to do, it's just not for you. Maybe it's going to be good for somebody else, but it's not good for you. Some of you are architects over here. Okay, let me see. Is it unblocking your money channel? Was it even blocked? Does it need unblocking? Hello, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I absolutely love this card, especially in this deck. Yeah, that's the funny thing. It does. It absolutely does. Because 9 of Pentacles is very much about being self-sufficient. It's about living in luxury. It's about enjoying yourself. It's about doing something that you like. And for some of you, I do see this 9 of Pentacles as working on your garden even, and feeling that abundance. Abundance comes in all sorts of shapes, forms, and sizes, and you're experiencing abundance in whichever way abundance is being presented to you. But for a lot of you, you might end up starting your own thing. Maybe taking people, inviting people who you used to work with, inviting them to form your own business, your own little thing. Collaborating with other people. For some of you, you get your money through a partner. You get like a partner that might be, again, earning money, and you might be tending to the house and the kids, and and you still feel abundant because it's your idea of abundance. So here it's very interesting because you find your abundance in whichever form, shape, or size it comes. But money, there is no issue. You see your worth. You see your worth as whoever like you decide to become. Whether it's a pop star, a housewife, an artist, an architect, a food blogger, a travel vlogger, anything. Even if you like, I don't know, delivering packages or packing the boxes or whatever, wrapping presents, you find your abundance there. But here you're taking away the power of social acceptance, the power of social, what's the word? Approval. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at your spiritual path. Major changes there. But this card just makes you feel light. This card is all about acceptance. This card is all about being honest with yourself, embracing what is going on. This is so much about taking responsibility and at the same time feeling empowered by the fact that you are now somebody who can create your own path, create your own reality. Yeah? But this feels so light. There's a lot of purity that's indicated over here. Show me a little bit more. Embracing who you are. I like this. They're saying you're no longer trying to be who you're not. And it's communication with other people. Look at all of these birds. Diligence. A lot of you are going to go somewhere, guys. Even like your soul cards, they're showing it's like choosing. Give me a second. You're gonna leave home. It's a bit of a bittersweet energy, but the feeling of leaving home, it's also not striving to fulfill the expectations of your parents or of your society. And this feels like you're soaring. Embracing that you have a different path, embracing that you have a different flight path. Here on a soul level, you're soaring because there's nothing holding you down anymore. And it's very liberating. And here we go. You find your community. You get back out there. You feel safe. You feel secure. Like you're no longer pushing yourself to do things that you don't want to do. You just, with the energy of protection and community, they're saying that you're around people who have also been reborn, who have been I don't know why I keep hearing reconstructed. Okay. So maybe the identity becomes fragmented and then you put it all back together. You incorporate all parts of you together. Your soul feels happier over here, much happier. And again, look at all of this white. The energy of purity, the energy of the energy of no expectation, non-judgmental energies. Seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. You start believing in yourself, even when nobody else did. And you hear your soul. It's interesting. They keep talking about your soul. You keep hearing, like you keep... why is it hard for me to talk? Something that's hard for you guys to admit, something hard for you guys to say. For a lot of you, it's saying goodbye. Like you can't talk, you get choked up when you need to say goodbye. But they're saying that you need to embrace that certain things are over. And they're never going to be the same, and that you can't live in the past anymore. It's very much about separation. Separation from parents, separation from a particular place. Cracked open, yeah. Again, you guys are rebuilding, surrendering to the alchemy of life. So give yourself time. Give yourself time to put yourself back together. Because once you do, it's like, for some reason with the wings over here, with the birds over here, they're showing me that maybe you felt like you were trying to fly with broken wings. And it was painful, and it was awkward, and it was impossible. Yeah? That the bird is meant to fly. And you were just sort of hopping on the ground. Hop, 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 hop. And they're like, give it time to heal, so that you can fly over here rather than hopping. But for a lot of you now, you don't even realize that you have the wings. And the life-changing realization, major life changes, major changes when it comes to your spiritual path, is that you're going to see your potential that you didn't see before. And that potential is going to echo on all aspects of your life over here. Not just your money, not just your career, not just your love life, but everything. Breath of cosmos. Micromanaging. Okay, micromanagers, I see. My lovely control freaks, option number 2, right? A lot of you try to control things too much. But again, trying to control things is because you haven't felt safe. And an idea that you can control stuff, that you control the world, that you control people, gives you the energy of safety. But there's some things that you can control, sometimes some things that you can't control. And when you waste your energy on trying to control things that you can't control, you become exhausted. You become absolutely exhausted. You become burnt out when you try to manage everything. And you can't control how fast you heal. Try as you might, you have to leave it to the wisdom of your soul, to the wisdom of your body. So don't try to micromanage the universe. And I think, again, this is why I felt so liberating, that you're embracing acceptance of your powers, of how far your power can go, and acceptance of your limitations as well. It's so important. And allowing yourself to have those limitations, allowing yourself to be who you truly, authentically are. By incorporating both your shadow and light aspects together. Okay, lovely, option number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Claim its magic down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Helps the channel grow. I would really appreciate if you guys did that. Personal readings are available. Send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So it's the links to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. Take care of your beautiful selves now. Bye.